Okay, I'm gonna be checking out Chernobyl. This is only 5 episodes, and it's another recommended one. I'm going to, expect, a harrowing story, of course. As always, the full-length version, uncut, will be on the Patreon. Please check out the Patreon for that, along with other exclusive show reactions and some movies as well. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and engage with the videos with other good stuff. It will does help the channel. Thank you. With that, let's go ahead and watch.
It doesn't matter who the heroes are.
I know that voice.
All we want to know is who is to blame. In this story, it was Anatoly Dyatlov. He ran the room that night. He gave the orders.
Anatoly.
And as for what Dyatlov did do,
Dyatlov.
the man doesn't deserve prison. He deserves death.
Is that Dyatlov right there? Yes, I knew it. Harry Seldon. I thought I knew that voice. Foundation. Love Foundation.
I've given you everything I know. Don't deny it, of course.
This is his statement. Testimony.
I know you'll try your best.
Yeah, what are you about to do? It's very final. Is what it's giving. 1988, Moscow. This is post, of course, post the events. So they're going to go back and tell us the story. And now we're dealing with the aftermath already. All his tapes. So yeah, he's the one recording all of that. Yes, okay. 6 of them. I was going to say 1 per episode, but there's, I think, only 5 episodes, so. Oh, being watched, of course. You already know. Maybe he's leaving it for him. Yo, he has seen better days. He suffered from that experience. The radiation. There's somebody else in here already. There's somebody else in here. The other guy's here. No! 4? Yo, he's leaving a lot of food out. Don't do it, Harry Seldon. Don't do it. Yo, why are we counting like this? Oh! Oh! He did it. I thought the other guy broke his neck or something, and then I realized. Oh, Lord, the cat. Oh, Chernobyl. What a way to start. 2 years and 1 minute earlier. 1 minute. 2 years and 1 minute. Who's this? I know who that is, but I can't. The hair is throwing me off. Yo, is that the explosion? It just happened. Lord, it just happened. This is their perspective. Oh, the lights coming on. Oh. Is this the scene?
Comrade Dyatlov! Comrade Dyatlov!
Dyatlov. That's Dyatlov right there.
We need water moving through the core. That is all that matters. There is no core. It exploded.
The core is gone.
You're confused. RBMK reactor cores don't explode. Akimov.
We did everything right. Something strange has happened. You taste metal.
Taste metal. Yo, radiation.
We're wasting time. Let's go. Pump water into the core. What about the fire? Call the fire brigade.
Everyone is confused. No one knows what's going on. Lord. Shattered all the glass. He said, can you taste metal? I think that's a sign of maybe radiation or just a sign of something seeping through. So the pieces of the core. Oh no.
It's 3.61. That's as high as it goes. The good one's locked in a safe. I don't have a key.
your face.
Oh my god. Is he burning?
Get Shashanuk. He's in 604. Go. We need to get everyone out!
Yo, and they're not even wearing protective gear, nothing. Because they didn't expect this at all. No, the sickness has started already. It's quick.
We need to get to the reactor hall. The lift's destroyed.
Up 2 flights and across.
They're just breathing it all in.
Oh, wait. I'm gonna get you out.
Oh, Lord.
Can you stand?
What is that? Is that a bird? That's ash everywhere. It's on fire. Oh. And this Dyatlov is just like, yeah, sure, we're fine. We just need to put the water in and then call the fire truck. Get your act together, Dyatlov. This is crazy.
I don't give a shit about the panel. I need water in my reactor core.
There is no core. Yeah, you were right. His leadership is what even screwed this up even more, clearly.
What does the decimeter say?
3.6 Rontgen, but that's as high as the meter.
3.6. Not great, not terrible.
Not great or terrible. Okay, we need another leader here.
We did everything right.
Meanwhile, all the poisonous gases are just seeping out into the environment. That's the guy. They're showing us through the eyes of people on the ground closest to the issue. God. It's toxic. That's part of that core, or the tank, I guess, or whatever. That's irradiated. And it's hot, too. Oh, God. There's so many levels, so these guys at the top level don't even know the extent of the situation, right? They're looking for information from the lower levels or whatever, and it's like dire. They don't appreciate the gravity of it.
We need to get into the reactor hall to lower the control rods while the door's jammed.
There's nothing there.
I don't think there are control rods. I don't think there's a core.
You're mistaken. Akimov said.
Akimov. Yeah, show them the face of the person that just got, burnt to a crisp. He covered his face.
Let's go.
Look at that. Oh my god. That's his hand? Yo, because he touched that thing. That rock. See it again. It burnt through his protective gear. Well, they're just wearing fire department gear. They're not wearing, scientific lab protective equipment. We don't open these things. Dude, they're making it worse. They're making it worse. For sure. Is that what the core was?
Let's go! Let's go!
Close that thing. He's already...
Hey!
Yeah, we need to close that door.
I don't think you should go. It could be dangerous.
What do you mean dangerous?
Isn't she, the girl from Hamnet, which I haven't even seen? Is that where she's from? Buckley? Jessie Buckley? I don't know her that well, but I know the face. Maybe it's not her.
I looked right into it. I looked into the core.
Did you lower the control rods or not?
There are no rods.
Take him to the infirmary.
Oh, Lord. Yo, Dyatlov really...
He's delusional.
His face.
Feed water is mildly contaminated. He'll be fine. I've seen worse.
Oh, he really is wild, Dyatlov. I thought he was just being like, let me not make people scared or worried. He's actually denying.
How many times do I have to say it?
You walk out. Walk out.
Well, I don't know if I can make things better for you.
Threats?
Well, I can certainly make them worse.
You're going to threaten people right now in this disaster? You have a lot to say. He is wild for that. I've seen worse. I've seen worse or whatever. He's delusional. Literally like not taking in direct reports from your staff on the ground, from your men.
They haven't brought anyone in from the fire.
What fire?
The power plant.
Well, it mustn't be too bad.
Mustn't be too bad. Look at it.
Does the hospital stock iodine pills?
Iodine pills? Why would we have iodine pills?
What was that used for? Is that related to radiation somehow? Radiation sickness. Of course, it happened at a very, not opportune time, being late at night. So everybody's like asleep and the responses are slower, but still like on the ground themselves, Dyatlov and everything, it was just a mess.
Whatever the cause, the important thing is that neither you nor
I have any hand in whatever. See? People are literally dying. 2:30 a.m. And we're going to now do politics now. This is the politics part. Let's talk about what do you call it again? How it's going to reach us, basically. Are we covered?
I take it the safety test was a failure?
We have the situation under control.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Of course no one can blame me for this. How can I be responsible? I was sleeping.
Of course.
Encountered technical difficulties leading to an accumulation of hydrogen in the control system tank.
Controls test, hydrogen.
Deputy Chief Engineer Dyatlov was directly supervising the tests.
Deputy Chief Engineer.
Reactor?
We're taking measures to ensure a steady flow of water through the core.
What core?
What about radiation?
Being told 3.6 Rontgen per hour.
Well, that's not great, but it's not horrifying.
That's as much as we can test until. Come to feed water.
Have them wake up the local executive committee. There'll be orders coming down.
Look at that. He didn't even tell them it in a way that was like, yo, this is a grave situation. But why would he when he's not even taking any sort of reports from his team? And it says something about the radiation level. I don't think they checked high enough. It says something about there was a good meter and a bad meter.
Yuri says the only thing is you can't walk right up to the fuel.
I
If
know.
you do, a glass of vodka an hour for 4 hours.
I know him.
At the nuclear power plant.
I know him. I know the actor. Very funny guy. His sister was in the show Misfits, which I watched a little bit of. But yeah, that's a name. His name. I forgot his name. Josh, just something. Give me the last name. Got that. Breathing. They're showing us them breathing in the air, the ash. All that radiation is just sort of like getting out into the atmosphere, and they're very close to it. Of course, I think at these levels here, of course, it wouldn't be as quick, I'm assuming, as the people who are right there in the building. Oh, it's going on. Them two babies. The hospital, the pregnant women, all of that. It's just sad because like they just have no idea. We just don't know what's happening. Vasily. He's like the first one too. Look at his face already. It's like a cloud of like toxic, poisonous gas, basically, just getting out into the atmosphere.
We have to open the valves.
Sasha,
What do you want, Boris?
This
If
is
it's true, then we're dead. 1 million people are dead. Is that what you need to hear?
This is a meltdown. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is.
You're talking about hours in there.
Then help us.
Help you do what?
Die.
Pump water into a ditch. There's nothing there.
He said, if this is true, then that means 1 million people are dead. Exactly. They don't want to accept that.
How dangerous is this?
There's mild radiation, but it's limited to the plant itself.
Mild radiation.
You saw men outside vomiting. You saw men with burns.
Exactly.
We have wives here. We have children. I say we evacuate the town.
The first one to take it seriously.
Vladimir, I, Lenin.
Lenin. So get out.
Sometimes we forget. Sometimes we fall prey to fear. Faith in Soviet socialism always be rewarded.
Soviet socialism.
That when the people ask questions that are not in their own best interest,
they don't get answers.
They should simply be told to keep their minds on their labor.
Oh, Lord.
And leave matters of the state to the state.
Matters of the state? It's matters of...
We seal off the city.
Oh, Lord.
No one leaves. And cut the phone lines. Contain the spread of misinformation.
Of communication is what you mean.
That is how we keep the people from undermining the fruits of their own labor.
Okay. Sure.
This is our moment to shine.
Oh, buddy. Here, here. I thought I was going to stand up and say something substantial, but vitriol. Vitriol. This guy here is the one that said something. He said, let's assume worst case scenario just for this, as the blowback could be, I mean, you know, but instead we're going to try to cover our asses. That's what it really is.
The large dosimeter from the safe, the one with 1,000 Röntgen capacity.
What was the number?
There was none.
It's too high.
It burned out the second it was turned on.
Here's what Moscow does. Sends us shit equipment and wonders why things go wrong.
We found another dosimeter.
Same thing happened.
It only goes to 200 Röntgen, but it's better than the small ones.
And?
It maxed out.
Maxed out. Maxed out. It's higher.
What's wrong with you? How'd you get that number from feed water leaking from a blown tank?
You don't.
Then what the fuck are you talking about?
It's in the air. It's everywhere.
I think there's graphite on the ground, in the rubble.
You didn't see graphite.
That's what they were holding.
I did.
You didn't.
You didn't see what you saw.
Didn't! Because it's not there!
Oh, Lord. Dyatlov.
I don't see how it could explode.
But it did.
But it did.
I'll see it with my own...
He's already getting sick.
Own eyes.
Exactly, Dyatlov.
I apologize.
You're wasting time. You're wasting time. Ugh. And it's still not enough for a state of emergency.
The feed water. Been around it all night.
Sure. Yeah. He ate something bad, for sure.
What?
Go to the vent block roof and report back what you see.
No.
Well, you don't believe him?
No, I won't do that.
He's like, get me away from all of this. That's the only way out, is to leave now. But it's too late for him.
You'll be fine. You'll see.
Why don't you go yourself, chief engineer?
Come on.
Why don't you go yourself as the head of the project? Yeah, the thing is already... Oh, Lord. I can't do this. I can't do this. It's so infuriating. It's so infuriating. It's so sad, and it's so...
It's all the way, okay? All the way up.
I don't know if this is making it worse or better. I don't even know.
I'm sorry. Something to be sorry for. We did nothing wrong.
Did someone know something about this?
Did.
What? Is there more on this? They sent him there to look at things, and then he'll come back and tell them, and they'll be like, no, you didn't see what you saw. It's like impossible. Okay, this is to look down and see where the reactor stuff was. Yeah, that's all the... Oh, gosh. This is what's blowing out in that room that they saw earlier. Toxic radiation poison. Okay, his face is already red. Dead. People are dying. Do you see now, Dyatlov? Do you see? Oh, that's him. They can see it now. They can see the torrent of smoke. The core is where the nuke... He came back to report. Yeah, this is it. The core is where the nuclear material is, and that's what's for that exploding is like you're making a bomb or whatever. Like, yeah, it doesn't you're exploding it where you're making it, basically. What a mess. The hospital's gonna be overrun. Annoys me so much, and that bitch was like shut down the city and stop all communication. Well, he was drinking the Kool-Aid.
Yoda Legasso is the first deputy director of the Kurchatov Institute of Atomic Energy.
I know that voice.
This is Boris Sherbina, deputy chairman of the Council of Ministers.
Minister.
No need to panic. There was a fire. It's mostly put out. The system control tank exploded.
Who's that voice?
Appointed a committee to manage the accident. You're on it. We'll convene at 2 this afternoon.
That late.
You're on this committee to answer direct questions about the function of an RBMK reactor. Nothing else. Certainly not policy. Do you understand?
Yes, of course.
I said we don't need your advice. We just need you to answer technical questions, scientific questions. So RBK reactor core, and he's a specialist, and that's how he's connected. Legasso. I know that voice, but I'm trying to place it. It's itching at me. It's I see the face. Shit. Even the way that phone call happened with Boris and Legasso, like he was just like, yeah, sure, it's not even that much, and we'll just deal with it. Again, just to cover their ass. Just to say, oh no, like a mushroom cloud of radiation. Oh God. Look at that. My gosh. That was extreme. Birds falling from the sky. Oh Lord. This is too much. This one is too much right here. Like, and this is historical events. This happened, and oh my gosh. My gosh. Oh, I can't. This is hard to even just talk about because it's just, like everybody there is going to die. And not just that, but children being born, like, you know what I mean? Like the next generation will be affected by it too. It just seeps through everything. It's just everything is touched by this. And then of course, let's not forget what we're doing to nature, which are the plants and animals there, just minding their business, and now they have to deal with this. And again, it propagates, or whatever the word is. It carries over to whatever, it still keeps on going, especially when water is concerned. I think that's the thing about this pumping water thing. I think that might be a mistake because it just keeps on going. And then how do you get it out of like water, like the radiation and everything? I mean, just from this episode alone, there's so much to note here. And just like, again, the first response, the handling of this. And again, we're back to the leadership of this, the chief engineer, and then Dyatlov, the deputy chief, and the other guy that was there as well. There was just a lot of just like shirking of responsibility here, just from the very beginning. Especially like, because it's so tough to me, because I mean, there's a part of it that's like, okay, we don't want to, the worst case scenario here is like so bad that we tried to, I mean, we all sort of do this in our real life. We're like, oh yeah, no, it didn't break. It didn't, no, the car, it's fine. My leg is fine. I think I'm okay. I can walk. Like, no, you need to sit down. That whole idea, but just like times a billion, right? That you're dealing with a nuclear reactor, like, and something that's not supposed to happen, that's impossible to happen, happened or can happen. There's supposed to be safety, there's supposed to be safeguards. And then it's like, okay, if something goes wrong, immediately shut down, immediately do this to contain it. But we can see from Dyatlov's sort of handling of it at the beginning, he already saying, no, you're delusional. No, there's no way. Versus saying like, let's figure if that's true and then deal with it immediately. Or just accept that is true. Because if you're dealing with the worst case scenario, then at least you can still prevent some deaths and prevent some, You know what I mean? Like contain it at least a little bit. I think from the way it happened, the way it exploded, there was just not going to be like there was going to be casualties for sure. It just started seeping out. But then they left some doors open and they left some things, But the graphite was already on the ground outside, so it's like. But I think the biggest thing was that smoke getting out, and they left that door open. That smoke getting out was the big, deal. But again, if we can stop that from going out, if we can even stop just a little bit, it still helps, right? But then when now we're putting it into the water, we're touching things, we're throwing the graphite everywhere, we're putting it, you know what I mean? It's just all over. So that is where it is. And I also noticed that there was just no communication from the power plant people to the first responder, the firefighters. Like no one knew what was going on. They were coming in to deal with the fire, like that guy. And they had no idea about like, yo, are we supposed to be not touching this or doing this or getting close to here? Or how do we deal with a nuclear, reactor fire situation? There was just no communication. Instead, they were in the bunker talking nonsense about how the socialist Soviet, like, shut up and sit down. Like this man, that old guy that stood up and was talking nonsense, wasting time, talking about some, let's close that, like shut down the city and like no one leaves. That was just like sad to hear, to know that these are the conversations that actually happened. I don't know how. I'm guessing that this is true to what happened, but I don't know. I can't say. I don't know historically how close to the reality it was, but maybe it's even worse. Just handling of this, and it just goes to show, and of course, if it's just a case of the people who did it, are the people who are involved in it, are the people who like suffer it, it's like, no, like they're, just people minding their own business, like far away from the situation, that have to deal with the fallout of bad decision making. You know what I mean? And then this idea is like, oh, the state. He said the state tells us we're okay. Then if people start asking questions about what's going on, then they should be told that it's not their business. Basically, can you imagine? It's not their business. But when they start falling out and dying and losing children, then is it their business at that time, or still not? Just sit down and accept what you're told, even with the effects on you. This is that is a setting that we can push to a lot of different things. It's like our lives, we're all affected by the decisions of whoever has a power plant in our city, or a plane that's flying over our heads if it doesn't have the right safeguards or security measures. You know what I mean? If someone just takes off in a plane and they said, hey, there's some issue going on with the flap or whatever, and say, oh, yeah, sure, let's just go. Yeah, time. And that thing falls out, and people on it and the people under it are all affected because of that decision making. You know what I mean? So it's like that's how these things roll. And it's like it's not just you, it's not just the people around you, it's the greater, community, it's humanity itself, and it's just tragic. That's why it's so sad. It's just like we can at least, what's that word, mitigate a little bit, even when things are out of our control. But instead we waste time, we politic, red tape, we try to cover our ass and try to, either gain from it or prevent yourself from, whatever, and then people die. A lot of people die. Lord, yeah. Gas and stuff is so scary. Radiation stuff is so scary too, because it's not like, this is not even just, it's not just fire that you can see and maybe get away from, or you know what I mean, or there are different things, all of them bad in different ways. But like with radiation and stuff, it's in the air. You don't even know. You're just coughing, and you think, okay, yeah, maybe it's just like a little smoke and stuff. No, like you saw the children playing, and the ashes were falling on them, and they're breathing in the air, and it's just like, yeah, how are they supposed to know which is which and what is happening? No one is carrying a not Geiger counter, but what's it called, radiation meter? I don't know what to call it. In their pocket to test what's going on. Like, you know what I mean? And if you did, you'd be called crazy. Like, oh, you care too much. But look at it. Anyways, I have to get, like, this is, Lord. And you can tell, like, from just, from what I know about this whole thing, is like the effects of this is still happening. Like it's still so far reaching, right? Like it still affects people so many generations later. how sad and tragic it is. Oh God, well, I mean, I was looking to see how they would tell the story too, because it's like, okay, is it just all the events leading up to the last moment being the explosion, or like a midpoint of the season, and then they go with the aftermath, but then they start immediately with the aftermath, and the explosion happens, and then we just keep going. They didn't mention sabotage there. That it could be, maybe it's just people just saying something. Oh, but then the other guys seemed a little bit, the two guys that were down with the water, the Leonard and stuff, sort of crying. I think he was crying at the fact that this is happening, that it is real, it is true, that the worst scenario happened. But I felt like, well, he was kind of course, taking in some of the guilt of what happened. So I guess we'll see with the committee and them coming through and seeing what are some of the findings here, because they say, oh, we did everything right, but then they were just covering their ass even in that moment. It's like, check your work. You know what I mean? Oh, Lord, my God. Anyways, just so annoying. The people who were standing up to try the various people who were trying to, say, hey, there's something going on here, we need to stop. From the very beginning, the first guy that said the core is not there anymore, and the other guy who came to report in the bunker, and the guy who spoke up in the meeting, and just all these different people who were just like maybe being a little bit like, okay, something is very wrong here, we need to shut this down right now. We're just sort of left, yeah. And I think that says something too about, like, of course, Dyatlov's leadership, but also just like the fact that he can just unilaterally, whatever, say that at that moment, and no one can say anything else. It's like, even in a disaster situation. So, anyways, I just can't. It's very like, this is sad, but also very frustrating, right? When you watch it in this way and see some of the movements around it, right? But that's what's cinema and TV gives us, is this whole perspective, but in real time. Everything is happening on so many different fronts: miscommunication, phone calls to Legasso, whatever, all these little things, and it's all just like bits and pieces of information that are lost in the grand scheme of things, which just leads to slower movements and of course bigger impacts, negative impacts to everyone. Thanks for watching. See you in the next episode.